Get it, Nana. That's my daughter. That's my daughter. That's my daughter. That's my daughter. Y'all don't know how stressful this was.
I don't know why you got stressed out because I did.
Because she wasn't on time.
Life was definitely stressed.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
A domestic dispute in a quiet North County neighborhood leaves siblings dead and a mother trying to cope with an unbearable loss.
Neighbors say the suspect actually tried to ride off in an Uber before police tracked him down.
The guy was a monster. She tried to run and hide along the bushes over there, and I guess he heard or saw her, and that's when he shot and killed her. And he did it and then had an Uber ready for him so he could get out of here.
To come to somebody's house and kill their kids in front of their mama.
A North County mother is grieving after St. Louis County police say her son and daughter were murdered in front of their home Sunday. Their mother told me she saw it happen.
All you see is him shooting my son down. He didn't shoot him for self-defense. He shot him to kill him. Then you killed my daughter.
Late this afternoon, police identified the victims as 20-year-old Lanijah Cooper and 19-year-old Mark Rhodes.
Just after 9:30 a.m. on May 5th, St. Louis County Police responded to the area of Wardock Avenue near St. Anne in North St. Louis with reports of a shooting. Upon arrival to the scene, they would locate an unresponsive adult male in the driveway of a home and an unresponsive adult female just a short distance away.
Police say it happened around 9:30 Sunday morning here at the end of Wardock Avenue near the intersection of Ashby and Midland. They say a man showed up at a home here, got into an altercation, and then shot and killed a man and a woman who live in that home. Police arrested the suspect shortly after that. The crime scene shutting down traffic for hours in this neighborhood Sunday. Longtime resident Penny Tillinger says her husband heard the gunshots and then saw two bodies.
The victims were identified as 20-year-old mother and hairstylist Lanijah Cooper and her 19-year-old brother Mark Rhodes Jr., who were both sadly passed away at the scene after succumbing to gunshot wounds, despite life-saving measures. The two siblings were extremely close. They had a bond that was immeasurable, and for both of them to lose their lives at the same time, completely devastating. A look into the case revealed Lanijah's ex-boyfriend suspected that she slashed his new girlfriend's tires the previous evening. The male then took a lift to Lanijah and Mark's home to confront Lanijah about the situation. Upon arriving to the home, he would first confront Mark Rhodes Jr. outside of the home where the two would get into an argument, with Mark eventually punching him in the face. The male then took out a .40 caliber pistol and shot Mark before turning the gun on Lanijah. And the sickest part of it all, everything went down right in front of Mark's and Lanijah's mother as she was attempting to pull Mark away from him. Two of her children, gone right before her eyes. In fact, the family was on their way to church when the entire situation unfolded. And up until now, there's been no proof that Lanijah actually slashed the young girl's tires. And even if she did this really warrant the senseless murder of her and her brother, who was simply trying to protect her? Unfortunately, this wouldn't be the first tragedy faced by this family. Sadly, in a reflective post made by the siblings' mother on April 14th, she stated, "The ones that loved me and my kids the most are gone. Mother-in-law 2018, brother-in-law 2021, my husband in 2022, and my father-in-law in 2024. My kids and I are still hurting." Never could she have imagined that less than a month later, she would be grieving the brutal murder of two of her children. In another post, she reflects on the loss of another daughter 16 years to the day that Lanijah graduated from high school. She says, "On this day 16 years ago, Mark and I had to make the hardest decision of our life, and that was to let our baby girl go back to God. Rest in peace, Malaya Janelle Rhodes," as Mark would say, she. Now, 16 years later, on this day, my oldest will be graduating and stepping into adulthood. Congratulations, Lanijah, aka Nana. Mother sees more for you, and giving up on you is not it. No one will ever understand why I never gave up on Lanijah, Mark, Veronica, and Amaya. Because 16 years ago, I had no other choice but to give up on her. Malaya Janelle Rhodes. At 3 months old, I never got to watch her grow. Mommy loves y'all with everything in me. As long as I'm here on this earth, I'm going to push y'all for the best. Residents recalled hearing 8 gunshots. In the words of one resident, "You hear 8 gunshots. It sounded bad, like somebody meant to do it."
So I told my baby to get down because I didn't know what was going on. And then I grabbed my fiance. I'm like, hey, I think I heard some gunshots. So he ran outside to see what's going on.
Another neighbor saw 2 victims with gunshot wounds laying in the street and tried to help them, grabbing towels and a belt for a tourniquet.
By the time I had already got there, it was too late. There was nothing I could do. They both sustained shots to their side and the organs where there was no putting a tourniquet, nothing. It was already too late.
Police say the victims were siblings, 19-year-old Mark Rhodes Jr. and 20-year-old Lanijah Cooper.
Now, unfortunately, that mother lost her son and daughter.
The suspect, publicly identified as 19-year-old Lamar Harris, attempted to flee the scene in a Lyft, but officers stopped the vehicle and made an arrest. Lanijah and Mark's mother is grieving and trying to come to grips with the loss of not one child, but 2. Someone really took a Lyft ride with the intention of committing 2 murders, then got back into another Lyft afterwards, as if nothing at all happened. Straight up psychotic.
I'm numb to it right now because I'm trying to figure out how did I be put in a position to see my son fighting for his life. You came to kill my daughter? Domestic violence? I wish I knew it was going on before yesterday.
St. Louis prosecutors charged Lamar Terrell Harris with murder and armed criminal action. According to the probable cause statement, Harris was previously in a romantic relationship with Cooper and accused her of slashing his new girlfriend's tires the previous evening. Detectives say Harris took a ride share to the victim's home and got into an argument and fistfight with Cooper's family. Police say Harris pulled out a weapon and opened fire. Police say Harris tried to leave the scene but was later taken into custody.
You caught a Lyft to come and kill my kids. You a coward.
Residents heard the gunfire.
You hear 8 gunshots. It was 4, boom, 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 or 5. And then you hear the next boom, 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 boom. My heart goes out. It was just brutal. It was gruesome to live their lives and to be shot. It sounded bad, like it was somebody meant to do it.
We're told Cooper was a well-known hairstylist and a mother of a 3-year-old. And Rhodes worked at a local restaurant, and their loved ones want justice.
You came directly to kill my daughter. My son was here to go to church with his mama, and you killed my son.
19-year-old Lamar Harris was arrested and charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action in Mark's death. He is being held on a $750,000 cash-only, no 10% bond. Police said charges regarding Lanijah's death were taken under advisement. The case remains ongoing.